What's more intimidating? A chihuahua absolutely yapping away at you, or the big chunky Rottweiler that just stares at you? It's the big dog, obviously. You know he can actually hurt you. Stoic characters are like that big dog. They're so confident in themselves that they don't need to stand out or show off, and that's why we love them so much. I chose 3 of my favorite Stoic characters to break down the 3 different ways to write a great Stoic character. Number 1, Black Panther. T'Challa has that classic Stoic demeanor. He has a hard stare, but speaks in a calm but firm manner. But that doesn't mean he always maintains his emotion well, which is a huge misconception of Stoic characters. One of the main tenets of Stoicism is that you do not dwell on what you cannot control. Essentially, if something happens that makes you upset, but you can't change it no matter what you do, you should just move on. So in Captain America Civil War, T'Challa loses his father in the bombing that Zemo pulls off to frame the Winter Soldier. T'Challa spends the rest of the movie siding against Team Cap just because he wants a chance to try to kill Bucky. He wants revenge, and that is a huge flaw in Stoicism, because T'Challa only wants the revenge for the sake of revenge, not to technically change anything about the present. At the end of the movie, he finds out that Zemo was actually in charge of the bombing and that Bucky didn't actually kill his father. Yet he not only doesn't kill Zemo, but he also stops Zemo from ending himself. I think Black Panther had a really underrated character arc in that movie that no one really talks about. He is a Stoic character at heart, yet he fails to do that very thing because humans just aren't perfect. But what heroes do is learn from their mistakes. He realizes his mistake for desiring revenge, and he spares Zemo, saying that vengeance is consuming him, and he knows that revenge killing him is just not what justice is. T'Challa really shows us how you can write a Stoic character with flaws. Even someone as Stoic as him can lose control of his emotions, but he learns to correct it. Number 2, Captain Levi. Captain Levi from Attack on Titan is one of the most popular characters for a reason. He's got that cool factor to him that makes everyone just love him. But what makes him so cool? Part of it has to do with his Stoic attitude. His Stoic attitude lets him have this sharp, intimidating presence about him. Even though he may be short and might look weak, everyone fears and respects him because they know he's actually an amazing fighter, so he can actually back it. Even when he might seem really cold with that dead look in his eyes, you know he actually has a really soft spot in his heart for his comrades. When you understand his story and all the trauma that he's experienced, all the loved ones that he's lost, you really sympathize with him. He's seen so many soldiers die, yet he keeps on fighting and leading. Levi is an example of how you write a cool Stoic character. He endures so much pain, but doesn't let his emotions get in the way. He just gets the job done. This is one of the main tenets of Stoicism, not letting your emotions get in the way of what you need to do. He doesn't complain or feel fear when he's taking on challenges. He just does it. That is real Stoicism, and it's so cool and badass to everyone watching. Watching him do what must be done without letting his emotions get in the way of that. And number 3, Captain Holt. Now, Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a really interesting Stoic character. Because his character is part of a sitcom, his Stoicism is used for comedic effect. His unchanging facial expressions lead to a lot of mystery to what emotions he's really feeling. Because we are so used to seeing him all serious and stoic all the time, when he does laugh or give into a joke, it just becomes so much funnier. As the seasons go on, Holt joins the group for more and more fun. He still stays the same character relatively, but with the ability to goof around sometimes. That's why he consistently made me laugh in every season. At the core, Captain Holt is a hard-working officer who has faced the hardest of situations. He climbed the workforce as a gay black man, and obviously he was really discriminated against. So it's really heartwarming to see this Stoic guy, who was always left out from the fun, to be able to join his newfound family that accepts him for who he is. The precinct all knows he's like the Stoic guy that finds very little things funny, so it's this huge contrast that makes these rare moments so much more funny. Holt is a great example of how to use Stoicism as a comedic effect. You take an extremely serious character and you make them do absolutely stupid, silly things, and it just ends up being hilarious. So there you have it, 3 examples of how to write a Stoic character that are loved by everyone. You can use it as a flaw to further a hero's character arc. You can use it as a way to show the power of a cool character, or as a comedy gag for a serious character. Be creative and comment your favorite Stoic character.